It's Chance here. I'm with Robert Nelson Jr., 8-time NFL veteran, played for Houston Texans, Cardinals, and Browns, and today we're going to be doing an interview.
What do you think you need to do to be successful? I mean, you have a team around you. You have great parents. You have great mentors. You have great family in your life. Failure is not a bad thing when you fail at it, because you're going to learn lessons. That's why I think every athlete, even young athletes like yourself, you need your own brand, because you need to represent yourself. You know, this is my brand. Oh man, you know what? I'm going to gift you a shirt. Gift a couple out to the most popular people you may know. You know, they're going to start wearing it.
What inspired you to start your clothing business and cleat business, and what are some of the first steps you took?
So what inspired me to create my cleats, I actually was a Nike athlete. I turned a lot of brands down, Adidas, Under Armour, because everybody loves Nike. I love Nike, you know, grew up on it. When I got to the NFL, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be a Nike athlete. I wanted to have my own cleat like Deion Sanders. I wanted to be in those commercials like Deion. I wanted to be a two-sport athlete like Deion. I wanted to create my own image like he did with Primetime around myself. Once I got with Nike, I chose everybody. I chose Nike over everyone. I just saw how Nike treated, no disrespect to them, but I just saw how they treated the athletes, you know. Mine was $6,000 all merch. And I'm expecting to get, you know, funds or whatever for like a full sponsorship. So once I just seen how Nike did me, and then I was on my $40 million contract deal with Houston. Once things happened that year with the season, we end up parting ways. Nike usually give you 2 weeks to get on another team. But then as soon as me and Texans parted ways, Nike cut my contract right there. They don't supposed to do that. So once I got back on another team the next week, I reached out to my rep and I'm like, hey, you know, Chris, I'm back on this team. You know, I want to resign with Nike. He was like, we don't got no room for you. I'm like, what you mean? You're supposed to give me 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, oh man, we don't got it. I'm like, it's all free merch anyway. He was like, yeah, but it's a lot of money and this. I said, it's all good. I was like, you know what? I'm never wearing Nike again. I'm going to create my own brand. I'm going to figure out a way. That off season, I just flew to China, bro. I was scared. I just flew to China. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to risk it all, but I'm not wearing no other brands this year. I'm going to represent myself after this. And I'm going to build $1 billion brand off of this. And I don't care what it takes. I'm the influencer. I'm building Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. You're building Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. All the athletes and the people in the world are building this brand. Without us, this can't happen. I know the formula. I made it to the league. Phil Knight or no one else, they didn't play in the NFL. I know how they supposed to feel. I know how they supposed to operate. I know how to cut differently. A lot of athletes don't move like me, so why can't I create the perfect shoe? So over time, when I went over there, I created my first shoe. My first cleat was it was like $11.
$11 is no crazy.
Yeah, man. So I thought it was gonna be like $100 and something, you know, but just moving around, walking in these different alleyways and just seeing people making shoes right there, I'm like, oh, this gonna be a breeze. After I did it, I had to test them out and go through different modes and learn more about the shoe. But initially, me parting ways with Houston, and Nike terminated my contract and they sent me a letter. And I had that letter framed in my house. And I used to just read it every day. And it said, once you get back, it says, we're parting ways. We're terminating your contract due to the termination of the Houston Texans. When you get back on a team, we would love for you to be back a part of our family. I'm like, dang. So yeah, I didn't know that you could part away from family. And then when they get back on top, you grab them again. And that just sunk with me. And I just started going hard for my brand. Anything I got to invest it, I'll put it towards different designs and I'll still and draw it out, man. And here we go.
Yeah, that's crazy. How did you balance being a professional athlete and building your brand at the same time?
That part was tough, man, because I kind of had to sneak my way into the NFL because Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, they pay the NFL to be the only brands that they can wear in the league. So I'm like, man, like I'm gonna get fined $5,000 a game if they know of my brand right now. So first, in practice, you go spatting them and stuff like that. And then once you making plays in them, nobody really, they're like, okay, we ain't really worried about it as long as you making plays. And at that time, marketing through Instagram, silently through my stories, posting, at the locker room with the spat on my cleats, or, my feet on my locker like this. I'm just sending it and posting it. Then I'll post some football film of me at practice that day intercepting the ball, and it went, hand in hand. And people are like, you wore those in practice? I'm like, yeah, these are my cleats. Yeah. Now all my fans, even the media people, they start to notice it. And then I just started, I started selling to people by hand. I put an order in. I think it was 350 cleats my first order. And then once people started seeing me making plays in it, they wanted a pair. And I made them, you saw the orange ones, they was really bright.
They were.
And I wanted it to grab everyone's attention, just like these. Every shoe, I want you to grab people's attention so you know what it is. And you're going to come ask me. So making plays and just marketing through myself. That's why I think every athlete, even young athletes like yourself, you need your own brand because you need to represent yourself. It's cool to wear Nike and everything else here and there, but mainly when you out talking to people, talking to your friends, you need to build your own little cult through you. You know what I mean? You're a cool dude. You look cool. I know you're a popular guy and everything. So everybody's going to attract to what you do. So I would say the hardest thing was to get people to believe that they will work, because everything you do is a risk. Helmets, if you make a helmet, if you make shoulder pads, if you make gloves, if somebody miss a ball in the gloves, they're going to say, man, it's these cheap gloves.
Yeah.
If the mold break on your cleats, they're going to say, man, you know what? I knew I should have stuck with Nike. So you have to make sure that everything works efficiently, man.
Yeah.
To gain people trust.
What advice would you give a young athlete like myself who wants to build a brand and influence people off the field?
Start now. Get you a DTG. You see? It's a DTG print. Mm-hmm. So start to understand the prints, some screen print, DTG, that's DTF, I'm sorry. DTF, which is direct to film.
Yeah.
Start understanding that. Grab you some white tees and black tees, and you can get the DTF prints. You could get maybe 30 screens of prints for probably $30. You know what I mean? $30, $40. Get you an iron, place it where you want to place it on your shirts, and iron it on there and pull it off and start rocking your brand. Just start getting people knowing what you're wearing. They're going to see it every day. Like, what's that? I see you wearing it every day. This is my brand. Oh man, you know what? I'm going to gift you a shirt. Gift a couple out to the most popular people you may know. They're going to start wearing it.
I feel like we could have done better if we practice and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, because we didn't have any practices.
A lot of players in the NFL, I used to hate to speak, you know what I mean? But they make you, you know what I mean? So I just told the team, I'm like, give me like a week, you know what I mean? And I just started practicing in the mirror, like, some things they would ask, and I just made it sweet and short, you know what I mean? And then once I started getting comfortable, I kind of knew the formula of it, or what the coaches wanted to hear. I mean, what the coaches wanted us to say to them, because at the end of the day, we're still employed by someone else. So if you speak bad about someone that you're employing, they're gonna fire you. Yeah, because I will fire you. If you talk bad about me, I'm gonna fire you to the world, A lot of the interviews are straight raw. Like the interviews when they have, a certain player, you see certain players say some things to where you like, oh, he should have said that.
Yeah.
Now he got fined $15,000, $20,000 from the team instead of cut. So a lot of this is raw that you're gonna be doing. So I mean, this is just great practice for you as well, man.
Yeah, it is. I think I was just like going to inspire like younger athletes like me, and yeah, it's like one of the top things I would want to do.
Create a cleat?
Yeah, some gloves and cleat.
So why do you want to create a cleat?
Because just to inspire more people and like tell them that like they could do it and everything's possible.
So what do you want to come out of it? Do you want to just inspire people? Do you want your brand to be known as one of the best in the world? You know, do you want it to be, because you could just create a cleat and it's a crappy cleat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the technology, the thought that goes behind this, you have to go beyond measure. Seriously, like different injuries that people have, you got to find little pieces. Like in our cleat, you know, this year I installed a carbon fiber plate inside of that to prevent injury. You know what I mean? The game is 100% injury, but if I can help the game 1%, 2%, then more people will come to my brand, and more people will say, hey, my performance is better with this. My ankle and my, you know, my heels, they're not sore as they used to be after the game. So like certain things with your cleat, what would you want to put in your cleat to where, you know, you would want it to be the best, like to separate from Nike, because anybody could just do it how Nike do it.
Yeah, I'd want it to like stand out to others and probably put like a positive message. Just like when you look down, like you could just always remember to like be positive.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice.
That's kind of like a reminder, bro. Like, you know, when someone get comfortable and you look down, you like never get comfortable. You like, oh, I'm tripping. You know what I mean? Yeah, like say a DB for me. If I'm liking somebody down on the whole game, I'm gonna get comfortable. But it's that one play that he really could get you and score a touchdown and the whole thing flipped.
Yeah.
And just at that level, one play, people don't understand this. One play, bro, could get you cut. It's not guaranteed, bro. It's not like high school, it ain't middle school ball, and ain't college. And I told, I was out at Arizona State practice 2 days ago. I was talking to Larry and Larry Fitzgerald's son. And I was just like, man, people don't understand how guaranteed this is. Like to be at practice, I said, I messed up several times at Arizona State, but I knew mentally I was starting tomorrow and I was going to be on the team tomorrow. When I went to the league, every play in practice, the reps in the weight room, bro, they got like 4 people in there watching you, like bodyguards. Like, yeah, he skipped on that one, this and that. Hey Nelly, we need to see you hit that 225 again. Yeah, you know, I'm like, I just hit it. We ain't see you. We need it again. If you don't get it clean, X, you ain't get it next week. Now, when your coaches, you go in the meeting, they like, man, yeah, y'all did some pretty good numbers on weights today. Nelly, yo, like, what happened? You was hitting 225 5 times last week. Why you hit it 4 this time? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what you doing differently? That goes, everything that they document goes against you. It's a full-on business. There's no friendships. It's, you know what I mean? It's straight business. If you get cut, none of your homeboys are gonna call you after that. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's a lonely road, bro. Like, and I've been on the side that got released, and I've been on the side watching someone else get released. And once someone else get released, they like, dang, bro got released. Shit, I got practice today. I'm about to get ready. And just like that split second, you're forgot about. And that's why it's so important for you to start now with everything that you're doing, bro. Because you need to prepare your mind, you know, through this conversation in life, bro, that be thankful for your parents, bro, because they really guaranteed you. But once they let you go into the world, nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah. How important is it to have the right team around you when you're building your brand?
Is real important, because you're your brand. You know what I mean? So if you don't have the right influences around you, the right people, the right family members, the right friends around you, you're gonna fail. Yeah, and failure it's not a bad thing when you fail at it, because you're gonna learn lessons. But shout out to my trainer, Truth. He's been like a brother to me. He's been like a person who helped me get closer to God. He's been a mentor to me. He taught me even more about my body and how important it was. He taught me, I saw him with his wife, you know what I mean? So he's teaching me how to be a man, you know what I mean? And a husband one day to a woman. I seen him with his kids, and, you know, this is his kid, you know, Cleat. We named it after his son, yeah, who goes to Ole Miss now. I saw how he dedicated his life to his kids, and that's the same thing I do with my son and with everything that I'm building. So he won't let me fail. If he's not a yes man, if I'm doing something wrong, he's gonna tell me right then. Doesn't care how I feel about it. It doesn't matter how he said, but I know he means well for me. So if he said in a disrespectful way, I won't even take it that way. I'm like, this like my big brother, this like my mentor, this like another father figure to me. I can't, you know what I'm saying? If I look at it another type of way, I'm tripping, because no one else is gonna tell me to do these right things. You know what I mean? If he always asks me, we do 4 workouts a day. Rob Nelson, like, you got enough or you need to go? Most of the time, like, yo, I need to go again. What you want? Let's get in the pool. Let's do the pool workouts. Now I'm doing DB drills under the water, and when I come up, keep throwing the ball. Just having that person there, bro, to guide me and to tell me when enough is enough, and to tell me when you need to step it up, or when you tripping, or when your focus is on girls and the wrong things right now, or you on social media too much, you playing video games too much. He tell me that, and that's so important, because that helped me stay level-headed.
Yeah, that definitely changes my perspective on a lot of things.
Right now, what do you think that you need to do to get to the NFL? And we ain't really talk about the journey getting there, but just off of the little things that I told you about the brand and a little bit of things I told you about myself, what do you think you need to stop doing to get there, since it's a short window? And we talked about those 300 colleges plus 120 people on each college team. So it's 0.5% till you get there. What do you think you need to do?
I think I need to like take care of my body more and just stop being lazy, because only like 0.5 people make to the NFL, and I'm trying to be that 0.5. And yeah, I'm trying to train really hard, and just, yeah.
You're about the video games. You're about, getting the right sleep. What time you go to sleep, like how long do you play video games?
Yeah, so
I gotta be real though, be real.
I'm not going to bed at like the best times, and I be on the game like kind of too long, but I need to cut all that out if I'm really trying to make it.
And then what, if you the leaders and you telling your homeboys, well, y'all have the headsets, right?
Yeah,
y'all have the headsets. You telling homeboys like, y'all got to check off. Like, I'm like, oh man, you gonna? Yo, I'm going to the league. I love y'all boys, but I'm going to the NFL. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all signing off. And then once they see you start doing that, then they see you start elevating. You're gonna be the leader. They're gonna follow you now, and now they gonna be wearing your brand. Now they gonna be doing what you do. Now, if they fail, it's because of you, because now they doing everything they see you do. But you have to be the one to set that bar.
Yeah, because you got to prioritize getting there first, and then you can do all of that after you're done.
Right.
You've been done it.
The girls.
Yeah, gotta cut off no more. Yeah, gotta prioritize it.
That's how I feel with the saying, you gotta cut one off. You said all of them.
All of them, so try to make it. Yeah.
That's just real. How many is all of them? I ain't trying to get you, you know what I'm saying? Caught by them, no?
I don't know about that.
So you pleading the fifth. All right, this is my brand. It's called a Waterwave. And we got the Wozy cleats inside.
Yeah, these are smooth. I really like these. Like, definitely brought my attention. You guys should go check them out. Waterwave. Yeah, these cleats look amazing. What is different from all the other cleat brands?
Well, with this cleat right here, man, it's designed by me. I'm a pro athlete, so I understand, where athletes need to use their pressure points on their feet. So I created a plate. I invested a lot of money, over $30,000 in this plate, just for different placements of the teeth for the cleats.
Yeah.
A lot of cleats don't have enough teeth, so a lot of players are slipping. I wanted to add all of the different teeth in the right areas to where the athlete is getting a perfect grip. On the back end right here, I actually took this from one of my favorite cleats I wore in college and in high school. Was the Nike Vapor 4.2 speed TDs. this bottom part, because I know when it didn't have this tooth in the back, a lot of players slip when they, you know, you really don't supposed to use this part, but I wanted to secure every part of the shoe, you know, so you have the ultimate, you know, grip on the turf, on the field, no matter where you are. And then our cleats is 100% stitched. Every part of our cleats is stitched. There's no just print on our cleats. Even the part of getting in, once you get in right here, as you felt, you're locked in.
Yeah, there's like no wiggle room.
No, not so, and you should be one with your shoe. The insoles is memory foam.
Yeah, I felt a lot of cushion.
You know, and the comfort is what everyone is going for. And then the midsole, which I'll get into it, you know, I'll tell you off camera and stuff like that. The midsole, that's the hardness and the bend of the shoe. You know, we got a carbon fiber plate inside of there, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that go into the shoe. A lot of players with heel problems and plantar fasciitis, you know, they have problems with other brands. So we created the ultimate cushion around the insides of right here.
Yeah.
And then the heel part. It's just a lot that go into this shoe, man. And, you know, it took me 30 tries to get this, to get it perfect, man. And everyone love it. And also you don't have to break it in.
Yeah, you don't. That's crazy, because a lot of my cleats had to break them in. It took me like a week to break them in.
Yeah.
And yeah, these are smooth. Yeah, these are nice.
Yeah, when you put them on, they gon'
Glow. Yeah, you can put, I remember I got the Panda Ducks and they were giving me a lot of blisters.
They real?
Yeah. But that was more cleat than Nike.
You think it was the material?
I think it might have been, because yeah, I think it might have been the material. Because this is way better material than the Nike Panda ones that I got.
Yeah.
It's blistering me up all the time.
How much in also with our packages, because a lot of people ask, they say, why am I spending $200 on this, right? Our cleats is 100% hand stitched, the carbon fiber plates, the memory foam insoles, the custom bottom molds, the you know, when you put them on, it locks your foot in, comes with the same color metallic book bag, 2 pair of socks, 2 wristbands, a headband, toe spacers, and toe sleeves.
Yeah,
So it's a whole package.
yeah, that's a lot.
What type of cleats? When you buy other brand cleats, what do you get with the?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, you get book bags, you get socks, you get.
Yeah, they just come with a regular box and just cleats. That's it. But with Waterwave, like, you get the entire package, like headbands, everything. And that's what I really like about it.
And so we got an Iridesense box as well. I wanted everything about this cleat to represent the whole package about it. The book bag is the same material as well. The website is waterwave.com. The Instagram is waterwave. And then we have Waterwave Sports. That's the sports side of the Instagram as well. But I just wanted the presentation for this to be, you know, mind-blowing, and you know, we're getting the results that we like. When everyone see this box, they know it's something special inside of it, you know. And then once they see the gifts on top of the cleat, it's just like a gift package. It's like, oh, what more comes, you know what I mean? It just brings more excitement to everything. And then when you get to the cleats, it comes with its own little cleat sock pack, and you pulling it out, and it's just like, you know, dang, you know. So I just wanted this. I wanted kids to really, and you know, adults and whoever buys cleats, I just wanted them to really feel like I put my most effort into this, and they're really getting their money's worth. You know, instead of like, you know, you said, I'm just opening it up like, oh, Jordans or the this or the that. You like, yo, you get into the gifts first. So
yeah, I could definitely tell that there's a lot of effort put in this and hard work, and it's very nice.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are basketball
no.
shoes.
You got a pair of Jordans, right?
Yeah.
You got a pair of Kobe's?
Yeah.
You got a pair of Bronze?
No?
No, so he can't be your first. He can't. You don't even have the
He
person.
said that's not your goat.
That's not your goal, bro. Look, my bad, Dad. He's gonna say, Dad. I need a pair. My bad.
He said that's not.